Welcome to all my dear Bhaiya Bahan. How are you? Very good. You all are fine. In the previous class, we discussed about the biography of the poet of Keeping Quiet. His name is Pablo Neruda. Yesterday, we discussed about Pablo Neruda, his biography, his birth, his death, his nationality. Today, some questions from you as for recapitulation. Your first question is, can you say Pablo Neruda was born in which country? Yes, very good. Chile. Nice. Next question. What is the nationality of Pablo Neruda? Wow, great. He was Chilean. Can you say Pablo Neruda belongs to which century? Yes, excellent. 20th century. Next question. What does Pablo Neruda want to say through this poem? Yes, very good. He wants to say that we should live in peace and rest. And how can we get peace and rest? He is expressing his views in this poem, Keeping Quiet. What should we do in our life to bring peace in our life? We all know that in this modern age, people are in sick hurry and divided aims. People are running here and there in search of materialistic things, in search of money. People want to make their money double in a second, in a minute, in an hour. It is not good. Through this poem, Pablo Neruda explains such thing, and he advises to all human beings to keep quiet. Speaking too much may bring trouble to all of us. Using our arms may bring trouble to all of us. So that he said to control ourselves, to control our limbs, to control our eyes, to control our soldiers, to control our everything which is responsible to bring chaos in the society. Okay, my dear, thank you for your reply. I think your preparation is good. Now we should start the first stanza of this poem. First stanza starts now. The poet said, "Now we will count to 12, and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much." Now you recite this poem with me. Now we will count to 12, and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. In this stanza, the poet asks everyone to count up to 12 in their mind. The number 12 represents the hours of the day or the months of a year. He wants all of us to be calm and still. People across the nations have to unite together so they shall not speak their own languages. Rather, they all shall keep quiet and speak the language of silence. This will bring unity among all the humans on the face of the earth, on the surface of the earth. Here, face means surface. For at least one moment, no one shall move his arms either to signal or to fight or argue with each other. The poet here requests everyone to count till 12 in their own mind and to stop for a while. Maybe this 12 referred by the poet is the 12 hours in the clock or the 12 months in an year. He wants everyone to stop and calm down. The poet urges everyone not to speak any language. As we all know that there are different languages spoken in different parts of the earth, which sometimes become a barrier in our way for peace. So he asks people not to speak. Not only this, he also wants us to stop moving our arms. By using the word arms, he means the weapons which are used by different countries to raise a war against each other. So, basically, the poet is demanding peace from all of us. In this stanza, the poet has used some literary devices. The first literary device is assonance. Use of vowel sound O and E. In this line there is assonance. Now we will count to 12, not move our arms so much. In this line the poet has used a literary device, a poetic device, a figure of speech, that is assonance. Second poetic device is anaphora, means repetition. Here two consecutive lines starting with the word let's, like the sentence, let's not speak in any language, let's stop for 1 second. There is a repetition of same word, let's. Third poetic device is alliteration. Alliteration means repetition of a consonant sound at the start of two or more closely placed words, like we will. First word we starts with W, second word will starts with W. So W sound is repeated here. So in this stanza the poet has used three literary devices, three poetic devices. Now you write some difficult words from this stanza. First word is count. Count means say numbers, speak numbers. 12. Here 12 signs of hours on the clock. Still means quiet and motionless. Face means surface. These are the words from this stanza. Now you see the second stanza. It would be an exotic moment without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. In this stanza, the poet is telling When everything will come to a standstill, it will be a rare situation. No one will be in a rush. There will be no engines running. Everyone will be calm and quiet, united with each other in a strange atmosphere. It will be strange because it has never happened earlier. No person would be harming any other living being, either for food or to earn his livelihood. All the people who work endlessly will get some time to look at their injuries and the damage they have caused to their body. The poet says that it would be a rare situation, it would be an exotic moment when there will be no engines working. Here he wants to say that if everything comes to stand still, it will be a very different moment. It will be an exotic moment. If all the engines like the vehicles and machines stop, then there will be a sudden strange situation as the world will experience a sudden calmness. People will not be in a rush to achieve material things one after another. Further, the poet says that the fishermen will also stop and not harm whales in the sea. This means that the poet is urging everyone not to harm the animals. Here he gives the example of whales which are being hunted for the purpose of food or trade. He also wants people to calm down so that they can stop and see what they have achieved or lost. For this, he gives the example of the man who gathers salt whose hands are hurt. Here he wants everyone to stop for a while in order to see and feel their achievements and how much they have lost for the sake of attaining such materialistic things. In this stanza, the poet has used literary devices. Here he has used only one literary device, that is alliteration. The word is we would. W sound is repeated here. Second word is sudden strangeness. S sound is repeated here. Third word is his hurt hands. Here is 3H. H sound is repeated here. So that in this stanza, the poet has used alliteration. Now, you write the meaning of this stanza. The first word is exotic. Exotic means unusual or enticing, or you can say attractive. Second word is moment, means a short period of time. Next one is rush. Rush means hurry. Engines means machines, devices. Sudden means at once. Strangeness means unusual, surprising. So in this stanza, the poet has said, we should not harm whales, we should not harm fishes in the sea. Fishes are the gold of the sea. The poet also said, we shouldn't be in hurry because hurriness may bring trouble to us. The poet has also said, we shouldn't gather salt without gloves near the sea. If we will do such activities without gloves, it may injure our hands. So, my dear, the poet is telling to all of us that whatever we are doing, we should do with full care, with proper care, otherwise there is trouble. Now, see the next stanza, that is third stanza. Those who prepare green wars wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers in the shade, doing nothing. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. In this stanza, the poet said, the people who exploit the green wealth of nature by deforestation or mining or fishing in the deep seas, and the soldiers who use weapons to kill fellow human beings need some time to introspect into the consequences of their actions. They are merely doing their job or following orders. The poet wants them to put on new clothes, that is, to adopt a new approach towards life and to realize that killing so many people is not a victory. The poet wants all of us to be united as one consider our enemy to be our brother. He is promoting brotherhood, peace, and unity. The poet does not want us to stop our works, but to take some time and analyze the results of our deeds. The poet asks everyone to stop those activities which are damaging the environment. Today, all the human beings are making money by damaging the environment with their activities such as mining, deforestation, letting the chemical waste into rivers, etc. The poet asks us not to do so. He also requests people not to involve in wars, as there is no benefit of achieving such victory in which no one is left alive. He says so because wars and environmental damage will lead to no life on earth. Rather, he wants people to adopt a new approach towards life and mankind. He says that you should treat your enemy like brothers and promote peace and harmony in the world. So, my dear, in this stanza you have seen people are preparing for wars like green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire. Suppose such wars take place, what would be the result? There will be victory, but nobody will be alive to see their victory. So, the poet says to bring peace in the world, to live like brotherhood, to live in peace and rest, we should not think about any kinds of wars like green wars, wars with gas, and wars with fire. In this stanza, the poet has used some literary devices. First device is alliteration. Here, the word is wars with. W sound is repeated. Clean clothes, C sound is repeated. Second device is assonance, use of vowel O, victory with no survivors, would put on clean clothes and walk about with their brothers. Third device is repetition, use of war. Here the poet has used the word wars for 3 times. Green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire. There is repetition, or you can say anaphora. Now write the meaning of this stanza. The first word is fishermen. Fishermen means those who catch fish. Next, cold sea, sea near the poles. Harm means hurt, H-U-R-T, hurt. Whales, the biggest of all fishes. Gathering means collecting, hurt means injured. So you must have understood the third stanza also. Now see the fourth stanza. Now see the fourth stanza. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Life is what it is about. I want no truck with death. If we were not so single minded, about keeping our lives moving, and for once could perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. In this stanza, the poet says all human beings work endlessly with the aim of completing all their tasks. They are driven by the target of survival and the threat of death. So they are in a mad rush to accomplish all their works. He says that perhaps if they pause for a while, they can appreciate their achievements and their lives would become happier. He suggests that by keeping quiet, we will be able to understand the true purpose of our life. Now, the poet wants to clarify to his readers that when he asks them to stop from saying or doing anything, he doesn't want anyone to become a non active person. Non active is a person who remains idle and doesn't do anything. Here he simply means that we should stop and see the consequences of our deeds. The poet doesn't want to see people being killed due to their greed for money and expansion of territories. Further, he says that people are continuously working to achieve their tasks without even thinking about the results. They are in fear of death and therefore want to achieve most of the things before their death. Here, the poet urges them to stop for a while and take some moment to relish on what they have achieved till now. Everyone here is living a life in which he wants to achieve various things one after another. But now the poet says it is the time to stop and see what has been achieved and should be enjoyed. This will help us skip the sadness which has become so prominent in our lives. The sadness of not enjoying what we have achieved and the greed to achieve what next is in the list to be achieved. In this stanza, the poet has used alliteration. The word is we were so single minded and for once could perhaps a huge silence of threatening ourselves with death. Now write some words from this stanza. Green wars means wars against environment. Wars with gas means use of poisonous gas in wars. Wars with fire means use of firearms and napalm bomb that cause fire. Victory means win. Survivors means those who are left alive. In the shade means under the trees. Confused means misunderstood. Inactivity means doing nothing. Truck with means associate with. Single-minded means focused on only one thing. Huge means long, vast. Interrupt means disturb. Threatening means causing a threat. Now we see the fifth and last stanza of this poem. Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Now I will count up to 12, and you keep quiet, and I will go. In the last stanza, the poet suggests us to take a teaching from nature. As the earth undergoes changes, in winter everything freezes, becomes lifeless, but after some time the season changes again and everything comes back to life. Similarly, taking a pause and introspecting into our lives will give it a new meaning. We will be able to understand the purpose of our life. It will be like a rebirth of the soul. The poet has conveyed to all the people the purpose of his message, and so he asks them once again to take a pause, count till 12, and walks out of the scene, keeping the scene open for all the people on the earth to experience this for times to come. So, now the poet suggests to the human beings that we should learn a lesson from earth. During the winters, everything freezes and becomes lifeless. But when season changes and it's the onset of spring season, everything present in the nature, such as the trees, birds, rivers, etc., gets life. So here the poet, by giving the example of nature, wants to say that all the human beings should stop and try to judge their deeds, to judge their works. They can try and make their life better with calmness, peace. Finally, he ends up by saying that now he will count up to 12 so that we all may become quiet. Here, quiet means to calm down ourselves and move towards the path of peace and harmony. After saying this, he says, I will go. He says so as he has conveyed his message to the people and wants them to be left alone to think about it and work in the direction of peace. In this way, Pablo Neruda has finished this poem, and he gave only one message in this poem, that in our life there must be peace and rest. We must stop for a while. We shouldn't run too much to achieve our goals, to achieve our materialistic things, because such things may create trouble in our life. So we must do meditation in our life. We must live in peace our life. Otherwise, our life will be in danger. Death will threat us, and we will be unable to do anything. So, my dear, live in peace and rest. Try to be satisfied with whatever you have, and try to be contented whatever you have. Don't run behind making money. Making money too much may spoil our life, may spoil our family, may spoil our society, and may spoil our nation. So, my dear, whatever the God has given to us, be contented in that, otherwise there will be no peace and rest in our life. Now write the meaning of this stanza. Latter. Latter means that comes after. Alive means living. Quiet means silent. In this stanza, the poet has also said, Earth is our teacher. Earth teaches us how the nature changes. In the same way, we have to change according to season. We have to change according to situation. So please take lesson from this earth. And the poet said, when everything will become dead, the earth will be alive. Because earth is permanent, we are mortal. We have to go a day from this earth. So my dear, change our life, live peacefully, don't disturb anyone, and try to earn money whatever you have the need. Don't run behind too much. It will give you unrest, it will give you tension. So in this way, we have finished this beautiful poem written by Pablo Neruda, and I think you must have understood this poem. So now you prepare some class work. I am giving you some questions, you write that. First question is why does the poet ask us to count 12? Yes, very good. The poet asks us to count 12 because 12 hours signs on the clock to measure hours. Very good. Second question is, why does the poet want us to keep quiet? Very good. The poet wants us to keep quiet as men's rush and hurry have already caused much chaos and trouble in this world. Stillness and silence will give him peace and harmony. So that the poet wants us to keep quiet. What does the poet want us to do for 1 second? Very good. He wants us not to move our arms for 1 second. Very nice. Next question. What do the fishermen do in the cold seas? Yes, very good. The fishermen catch fish in the cold seas, particularly the whales. Now the last question. What should the fishermen not do? Wow, great. The fishermen shouldn't hurt the whales in the seas. Very good. Now, this is the homework time. The homework is prepare question answers from all stanzas, and all question answers must be in 1 lines or 2 lines, not more than that. And if you want to write more, maximum 3 lines. So I think you will prepare all question answers. I have already sent you link on your WhatsApp group. You prepare such thing and prepare fair copy also. And after opening the school, you will submit your fair copy and I will check that you have prepared or not. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.